The movie begins with Jones, who is on a secret mission on a ship that disposes of nuclear waste into the sea. While they are getting rid of the waste, Jones manages to enter the control room and records the ship's logs. However, the crew discovers Jones's presence and attacks him to kill him, but Jones manages to fight them all off, escapes, and jumps into the ocean. A plane arrives, carrying a man named Mac and his colleague Regas, who professionally rescue Jones. Afterwards, they all arrive at the research institute, where Jones hands over a memory card containing the ship's data. We learn that Jones works for the Mamoon Organization for Deep Ocean Research and Exploration. Then Joming, the head of the organization, is shown in his lab, focusing on testing a new diving suit he invented. That night, the organization holds a grand celebration for its 10th anniversary, attended by many donors and sponsors. The well-known billionaire, who is the main sponsor, introduces Joming to deliver his speech. Joming starts by thanking his late father and sister, who spent their lives protecting the ecosystem from any threats. He vows to continue their legacy and thanks all donors for their contributions, which enabled him to invent highly advanced submarine technology. He informs them that he and his team reached trenches thousands of kilometers deep in the ocean. While speaking, he announces the discovery of a rare giant shark species, which they found injured but managed to treat and save. They named her Heike, a giant shark, and they also located the habitat of these creatures in the ocean. Jones is present at the party with Ming, Joming's niece, who became attached to Jones after her mother's death. This is the main reason Jones stayed with her and her uncle at the organization. Jones is famous for fighting the giant megalodon creatures, which is why many people take photos with him. His fame comes from the events of the first movie, link in the first comment. The next day, Ming herself wants to join her uncle and Jones on their expedition to the sea trench, but Jones refuses, warning her of the great danger since they will dive 25,000 feet deep, the first time anyone has reached this depth in history. Meanwhile, Regas arrives with the shark named Heike, and they all head to the monitoring room. Jones talks with Joming via radio and learns that Joming has been training Heike for years, and they understand each other. Jones tells him that sharks of this species can't be tamed or trained, but Joming asks him to calm down and watch what happens. Joming holds a device and explains that pressing it once emits vibrations that Heike understands and approaches him. Pressing it twice emits different vibrations that signal Heike to move away. He tests it once and the shark approaches, scaring everyone who fears it will attack. Then he presses it twice and Heike moves away. Everyone is happy with the success. Suddenly Heike turns back quickly, showing signs of distress with an elevated heart rate. Joming presses the device again to calm her, but she attacks him. Everyone in the monitoring room is shocked, thinking Joming is in danger. However, he enters through the door unharmed. Jones tells him not to do that again. Everyone in the organization prepares for the ocean diving mission. Ming is upset, and Jones explains the features of the diving suit he invented. Ming shares that her grandfather was very strict with her uncle, forcing him to find his own way. Over the years, Joming realized his father wanted the best for him, and as a result, he became an expert like him in research and exploration. After a while, the team moves by helicopter to the station. At night, something strange happens to the shark. It breaks the bars of its enclosure and escapes into the ocean. The next day, two teams from the organization prepare for the dive. The first team boards submarine number 1, consisting of Jones, Regas, and Sal. The second team boards submarine number 2, consisting of Joming, Lance, and Chris. In the station's monitoring room, assistants DJ and Jess gather to observe. As soon as they reach a depth of 17,000 feet, the submarine carrying Jones detects something hidden inside. Jones asks Regas to return to the station so he can meet Ming, but Regas insists on continuing the trip. Jones understands Regas's determination. Ming brought her diving suit and is ready for anything. While they are talking, Joming informs them of a megalodon shark approaching rapidly. He orders them to dive to the deepest possible depth quickly, thinking the shark is coming from the hydrothermal trench, where megalodon creatures live. However, they are surprised that the shark is chasing them. Jones orders to head for the trench, as it is their only chance to survive. They enter the trench and encounter another creature, a gigantic shark, the largest they have ever seen. Jones expresses curiosity about exploring the trench, but warns that, if anything dangerous happens, he will stop the operation. Then they see Heike with a group of megalodon sharks. Joming explains that all this is due to the mating call. Suddenly, their scanner detects a large base deep within the hydrothermal trench. Jones is surprised because the base is highly advanced and contains submarines. Inside one submarine is a man named Monty, leader of a group planting explosives in the rocks to extract rare minerals. Once Monty discovers Jones and his team, he abandons his men, detonates the area, and flees quickly. Jones tries to escape the debris caused by the explosion, but crashes into a large rock, and submarine number 1 gets stuck. Submarine number 2 arrives to rescue them, but the debris falls on submarine 2 as well. Meanwhile, at the station, Jess orders the preparation of the rescue submarine to assist Jones and Joming. However, Jess discovers that someone deliberately damaged the rescue submarine's control panel. She realizes the sabotage was intentional. The submarine has sustained many damages, and oxygen is running low. Ming is upset about her uncle and fears he might be dead. Jones reassures her that they will find him. Jones talks with Mac and asks him to send the rescue submarine, but Mac says it's impossible because the submarine is broken. Jones decides that they will wear diving suits and ascend manually. Mac objects to the idea because the suit is designed to last only 2 hours underwater, but Jones insists there is no other option. Jones, Rhagas, and Ming put on the diving suits, armed with weapons, and exit the submarine. Upon emerging, they find Ming's uncle alive and are overjoyed. Ming runs to hug him. Jones instructs them to move slowly to conserve oxygen, since they plan to walk 1 kilometer to reach the base located on the hydrothermal slope. Back at the station, orders are given to review the security camera footage to identify the saboteur. After some time, Jess returns and informs Mac that all camera footage has been erased. They decide to use satellite servers to retrieve a backup copy. They discover a spy inside the station. Meanwhile, Lance is the last team member left. Suddenly, the team hears his scream and sees his helmet descending, indicating that a creature attacked and killed Lance. Everyone is shocked and mourns their lost friend, but Jones urges them to continue their mission, informing them they are close to the base. Then, Joming notices on the scanner that strange creatures are rapidly approaching. He asks Jones if these are megalodon creatures, but Jones replies they are smaller and much faster. He orders the entire team to move at maximum speed. They encounter the strange creatures, which attack them. 2 of the creatures target Ming, but they manage to save her. Then, they use a powerful flare shot to scare the creatures away. However, the flare attracts the attention of the megalodon creatures, which rush toward them and damage much of the base. The team is about to enter the base when a giant shark rapidly approaches from behind. Ming sacrifices herself, allowing the shark to eat her to save the rest of the team. They all enter the base and close the door behind them. They discover that Ming's helmet has severe cracks and explodes. Unfortunately, Ming dies. The team is devastated by the loss, but Jones calms them, saying the journey is still long. They check the base, which is completely empty. They find out it is an illegal mineral extraction base and discover rocks containing very rare minerals. Jones finds a branch from a diving suit and wonders how it got there. They open a locked door and find 3 small submarines designed for emergency escape. Suddenly, the door locks again, and a figure appears on the screen. It is the spy who infiltrated the man station. She reveals that she controls the base and offers them a large sum of money in exchange for working with her to extract the minerals. They refuse her offer, reminding her that 3 of their friends have died and promising revenge. The spy cuts off communication and starts flooding the room to kill them. Jones decides to leave the room and open the exit door from the other side. As Jones reaches the pressure equalization room's door, a strange creature attacks him, but he kills it with gunfire. He opens the door, re-enters the base, and closes the door behind him, but faints due to water pressure. Jones wakes up to find himself facing one of the Drexen men. It turns out Monty knows Jones from long ago and has a grudge against him, which is why he refused to kill Jones earlier. They engage in a fierce fight as both are very strong. Each nearly kills the other, but Jones lands a powerful blow, knocking Monty down and unconscious. Jones presses a button to open the room holding his teammates and rescues them from drowning at the last moment. They reunite safely. They board Monty's submarine but find its weapons are broken, meaning they cannot defend themselves if megalodons attack. Joming uses his intelligence to turn on all the base's lights to attract the megalodon creatures away. Then he returns to the submarine and they escape the trench. Jones notices the explosion caused a large crack in the thermal wall and worries that the megalodons might escape to the ocean surface. Joming reassures him that the hole will close within an hour and hopes the creatures stay inside the trench. Monty, wearing a diving suit, sends mineral samples to the surface using a buoy and escapes the trench. Meanwhile, a giant octopus emerges from its hiding place. At the man station, Mac is in the satellite server room reviewing backup security footage, and discovers Jess sabotaged the rescue submarine. Meanwhile, mercenaries arrive to help Jess take full control of the station. Jess and her mercenaries confront Mac, spraying pepper spray and forcing the mercenaries to flee after a chase on the station roof. They are captured by the mercenaries eventually. Jones's team arrives at the station and finds the mercenaries. Jones orders Regas to prepare Ming for rescue. Joming and the team search for Mac and return with him. They lock themselves inside the monitoring room to wait for the mercenaries to capture Jones and his team. Mac, DJ, and 3 mercenaries head to the monitoring room to surrender them to Jess. However, Jones attacks them from behind, freeing his teammates. They notice 3 megalodon sharks rapidly heading toward the station. The monitoring room alerts them to the situation. Suddenly, a shark attacks the room and eats Jess. Mondes escapes just before the shark attacks him. Jones and his team board a rescue boat, avoiding using its engine to not attract the megalodons. Suddenly, a megalodon approaches. At the same time, mercenaries launch their boat into the water, and due to the engine noise, the megalodon attacks and eats them. Jones repairs a nearby island, where people enjoy the beautiful weather. Suddenly, a giant octopus attacks the island, sinking boats and eating people one by one. Monty and his men arrive by plane to the island. They face a strange creature that attacked Jones's team earlier. Monty orders retreat to the plane and opens fire, scaring the creature away. Drexen rushes to the plane, but is killed by one of the creatures. Jones and his team reach the island shore and ask everyone to leave the water due to sharks nearby. They are surprised people run toward the sea in fear, realizing something is wrong on the island. Jones asks his men to find a way to call for rescue. Ming hides in a watchtower as sharks approach the shore and start attacking people. Jones takes the only jet ski on the shore and drives it into the sea to scare and kill the sharks with his spears. Suddenly, a shark attacks him, but Jones dodges and falls into the water. He swims back to the jet ski, which is stuck and refuses to start. The shark approaches, but the jet ski starts at the last moment, allowing Jones to escape. Jones grabs Ming's spirit and throws it at the shark, but misses. He grabs his spear again and manages to wound and kill the shark. Then he tries to kill another shark, but Monty shoots at Jones to kill him. Jones drops the spear but escapes and runs to the boat dock. The shark attacks again, knocking Jones into the water. Monty continues shooting at Jones while he's in the water, but Jones hits Monty's leg with a wooden plank, takes his weapon, and the shark attacks Monty because it smells blood. Regas searches for any phone to call for help. He finds DJ's radio and the body of a mercenary, but strange creatures appear and chase them. They run and hide in a storage room, only to find mercenaries holding Mac there. Joming tricks DJ into opening the storage room door. The strange creatures attack and eat the mercenaries one by one, giving the team a chance to escape. DJ uses the radio to call for rescue forces. Joming decides to steal a plane to eliminate the megalodon sharks. He takes a bag of explosives from the storage and heads to the plane. They find a strange creature near the plane. Joming distracts it to give Mac time to start the plane. The creature almost kills Joming, but he kills it at the last moment. Suddenly, many strange creatures approach, and Joming runs to the plane and flies away. The creatures attack the plane, almost killing them, but Joming uses a flare pistol to shoot the fuel station, escaping at the last moment. Meanwhile, the giant octopus attacks the shore, eating people. Joming uses explosives to kill the megalodon sharks. Suddenly, they find Migu rescuing someone at sea. Mac decides to land the plane to pick her up. The octopus grabs the plane, but Mac jumps off before it crashes. Joming tricks the octopus by planting a bomb inside it and detonates it, but the octopus is still alive. Before leaving the water, another shark attacks and kills the octopus. Joming goes to the wreckage to check on Mac, who is trapped inside the plane. Jones arrives at the shore and notices a part of the plane's propeller on some rocks. He hits the water with it repeatedly, attracting the shark. The shark attacks Jones, but he kills it by stabbing the propeller in its head. People begin leaving the water, but a strange creature appears last minute. Jones jumps and shoots it dead. Jones, Joming, Mac, and Regas swim back to the shore. Suddenly, another shark approaches, but Joming calms them, telling them it is Heike. He dives underwater, presses his device twice, and Heike understands the signals, passing by peacefully. Rescue forces arrive at the island. Joming is busy with Heike and tells Jones she might be pregnant. Jones pays no attention and celebrates with his team that they are still alive.